So guys, what is going on? Mirko from WordTech here, and we have actually a really cool review for you guys today. So I'm reviewing the Rosewill Bradley M case and sort of the Valence 600 watt power supply that Rosewill sent me. But today, with the with the Rosewill Bradley M case, I'm going to be reviewing a really nice case for you guys. It's an ATX build starting at $54.99 currently. And before it was $70, but Newegg has them right now for $54.99. And if you guys, for a limited time, for 2 weeks, I believe starting today, we have a code for $15 off if you guys use. I'll put it right here in the corner. It is wordtechteamspeak, which will give you guys $15 off. So from $54.99, you guys will be getting the case for about $40 plus shipping, which is actually a really good deal for this case that I have. So guys, I'm Mirko from WordTech, and we'll show you guys what we have for this video. So guys, this is the Rosewill Bradley M ATX mid-tower gaming case. The key features of this ATX mid-tower case is that it has really sturdy construction, and when I was building this case, it was actually really nice to build in. You have a really nice large-sided side panel window that you're able to show off all your components if your cable management is right. So the cool thing about this case is that it supports up to 5 fans and a 240mm liquid cooling radiator on the top, keeping the ambient temperature cool in the system. So the material for this case, it is a steel and plastic chassis. The motherboard supports are micro ATX and ATX, and it does have a side window. You have one external 5.25 inch drive bay, and you have an internal 3.5 drive bay of 3 expansions, and you have 2 internal 2.5 inch drive bays for your SSDs. Now, it's actually kind of cool how they did the SSDs. Instead of most cases throwing them on the back, they actually have have 2 on the right side, 1 on the bottom next to your hard drive, and up at the top next to your CD-ROM drive. And it's really cool because they stick on top of them as soon as you screw them in. It's actually a really nice placement for them. So guys, coming out with this case, first you're going to be getting 3 fans. There's going to be 2 mounted on the front and 1 mounted on the back, as we saw before. 2 of them are 2 blue LEDs, and 1 of them is just a normal black fan. Now these are super silent fans and they sound really nice. At the top, as you guys see now, that you do have a dust filter if you do decide to put fans up top, and you guys have a dust filter on the bottom for your power supply, and if you choose to put another fan there. Now, here to know, it says you're able to put a 240mm radiator cooler on the top, but I would only do that if you guys are doing a micro ATX build, as with an ATX build, there's no room on top of the case. So as you guys can see, there's a little dots here that you're able to see what's ATX and what's micro ATX. I thought that was pretty cool with building it, that you have these certain kind of labels that you're able to know which is which so you don't get confused. Before, I worked on a case with it like this and it didn't have these kind of labels and it was really confusing. So you guys can see here, the Ssd trays are really nice additions, like I said. Going on to the aesthetics of the case, you guys get about 2 inches of room to have cable management on the front and back, and cable managing this case was really easy. I used no zip ties to cut all the cables in the back. On the front I/O, you have 2 USB 3 ports, a microphone jack, and a headphone jack. And then on top of that, you guys have a hard disk LED that will light up red as soon as you plug everything in. Looking over on the right and left side, you guys will have your power switch to turn on and off. And then after that, looking at the left, you will have your switch to reset the computer itself. Now, the computer is a bit of a finger magnet, but it's not that big of a fingerprint magnet. Actually, I thought it looked pretty nice. When I was moving the case around and stuff, some fingerprints showed up, but they really just disappeared just like that. So like I said before, it's a plastic and steel build. Okay guys, to go with this build that we did in the case, Rosewill decided to send us the Rosewill Valence 600 watt modular power supply. So this power supply actually comes in 500, 600, and 700 watts for a pretty good price. This guy starts at $60 currently right now on Amazon, and it's a pretty good deal. It is rated for 80 plus gold certified to deliver over 90% power efficiency. It is a fully modular power supply, so you guys will have all modular cables and all that, and the cables are actually pretty long. It was long enough for me to maneuver around this build pretty easily. The fan on top of this guy is ultra quiet, like super quiet. When I first booted up this build, I actually didn't expect it that it turned on, but actually just the power supply and all the fans in this case was super quiet. And it also has crossfire and SLI support if you're looking to do that in the future. Okay guys, you guys heard the important specs about this case and the power supply. Now, this is my part where I get to go and review and talk about my experience actually building with this case and using it for about a week. So let's start off with the aesthetics looks that I personally think. I actually think this case looks really nice. From the side panel for how much you get to show off of it, and from the back side. The side panels are actually really nice. I like that they gave that extra room for you guys. If you guys want to do any kind of cable management, it's all there for you guys. Physically building in this case, it actually wasn't that bad for using full-size ATX parts. Like I said before, the case does say that you guys can use a 240mm rad at the top, but I actually wouldn't recommend it as it probably would get in the way with probably some components and some cables. I would only be really doing that if you guys are going to be doing a micro ATX build in this case. As you guys can see, the parts in this case take up the computer completely, and that's really nice to see because a lot of the times whenever you guys get these kind of cases, it's really important to see how much space you can fill up to see how much more room you have to play with later on in the future. And in this case, you do have some room to play with in the future, but don't expect it to be too much. And lastly guys, for $70, I think they hit this case right on the head as it looks absolutely beautiful with the side panel on. So guys, like I said before, building in this case was really nice. Like I said before, if you guys are going to be using an ATX build and you guys want to put a radiator fan at the top, don't do it with this case as there's not too much room to play with. But if you're going to be doing it with the micro ATX build, you guys have more than plenty of room to do that, so feel free to do that. But guys, like I said before, for $44 after our promo code, you guys really can't beat the quality for this case and the features it has. You guys are already getting 3 fans, 2 LEDs, and 1 just simple black fan that are super quiet. You guys have really nice key features with the drive bay and a really nice big window to show off all your guys' components. So if you guys ask me, for $44 total including shipping, this is a really good deal for the case and something that all beginners probably should look at. For me personally, I think a really good starting beginner's case is from $40 to $50 depending on your budget. And after using our promo code WordTech15, you guys will be able to get this case for $44, which is a really nice deal. So guys, I'm Mirko from WordTech. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please leave a like, comment, and below, and I'll leave you guys a link to purchase this case if you guys are interested and the power supply. So guys, I'll catch you guys in the next one.